I want to preface this so that you know what you're going to get from this video. What this will not be is a video on bone smashing, mewing, thumb pulling, and techniques like that. Those are cool, and I think they have their merit and value with some individuals, but this is going to be a video on lifestyle changes that are going to help you become more masculine and develop masculine features. Looks maxing focuses on techniques to create a more masculine face. But the movement ignores the #1 contributing factor that determines how masculine your face and body become. I'm gonna lay out some things that may surprise you and open your eyes to the reality of looks maxing and becoming more masculine. Many of you know men's testosterone has been on a rapid decline over the last few years, and this is due to many reasons that I'm going to go over today. I'm going to provide you with changes and actionable steps that you can do to essentially induce a second puberty. This is what happened to me when I started making these lifestyle changes. Some of them are easy to do and some of them are more difficult, but they are all going to make a difference in the masculinization of your face and body. I used to have a soft, flabby physique, a round face, and I actually looked like a girl up into my late teens. I never felt good. I had gynecomastia, and I always figured there was something wrong with me or that I had a hormonal disorder. I was wrong though, and all of this stemmed from reasons that I will share with you in this video. I don't want other men to experience the issues that I did growing up. I want men to be strong and healthy. I believe that this will make the world a better place. So without further ado, many people think that testosterone itself is responsible for masculine characteristics of the body, and it is, but they ignore a more powerful hormone known as DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. This is the most powerful androgen produced by the body and is what's mainly responsible for masculinization. Some of you, when you hear DHT or dihydrotestosterone, may link it to male pattern baldness. While this is valid, if we're talking about natural optimization, it's not something that you have to worry about. If you're prone to male pattern baldness, it's gonna happen regardless. DHT is made and synthesized from normal testosterone. It contributes to muscle maturity, masculine bone structure, hair growth over all parts of the body, and masculine development in general. This hormone is the main differentiating factor between becoming a man or a woman when you're in the womb. So it's safe to say that if we're looking for masculine features, a masculine face, a masculine body, this is a hormone that is worth optimizing. While there's no way I know of directly increasing DHT, there are ways that you can give your body the resources that it needs to produce this hormone optimally. The #1 way that you can positively affect your levels of DHT today is eating more red meat and taking creatine. These two things are going to directly contribute to your body's ability to synthesize and make DHT out of testosterone. Keep in mind, your body cannot synthesize DHT if you have low testosterone. So we need to optimize this. To keep it short, if you want optimal testosterone, follow these next steps that I lay out and follow them to a T. Simple testosterone optimization comes down to 4 factors. #1, a high protein, high fat diet is necessary. I get this primarily from red meat. Once I made this change and started eating more red meat, I felt a noticeable difference in my testosterone and just how my body felt. And this change was reflected in the blood work that I did. #2, sleep. This is extremely important for testosterone production, and you've probably heard this a million times, so I'll keep it simple. 7 to 9 hours every night, non-negotiable. You can also take magnesium glycinate to get better sleep, but more on supplements later. 3, you should be physically exerting yourself on a regular basis through lifting, martial arts, high-intensity interval training, or something similar to those. I do a combination of all 3, and for my athletes out there, we can get a little carried away with training and specifically overtraining. This is not something that you want to do for high testosterone production. This will kill your testosterone. I've had times where I've been doing everything right regarding testosterone optimization, and I was running myself into the ground in my training, and I just did not have energy. I did not have the vitality. So do not overtrain. It's very important. Train hard, but take adequate rest and recovery. The 4th factor when it comes to testosterone optimization is environment, and this is something that I myself am still working on. Because of the modern time that we live in, this is significantly harder to control, and this has to do with plastics all around us. So you need to switch your cooking utensils, specifically like your spatulas, your forks, cups, any plastic in the house, anything that is plastic, you should not cook with it. You should not expose it to heat and then ingest anything that's exposed to that plastic while it's hot, right? If you heat something up in the microwave in a plastic container, it's going to release estrogen mimicking chemicals into that food or beverage that you heated up. So no plastic, especially not with heat. It will leach into the food or beverage that it is contained in. The plastic from a spatula will leach into the food that you use it on. Okay, eliminate this stuff from your life. Polyester clothes as well. And the bonus fifth step that I didn't originally include is cutting out processed foods and eating a low carb diet. For a healthy and optimal functioning mind, you need to cut processed foods and eat a low carb diet. This next part of the video is on supplementation, specifically for high testosterone and DHT and androgens. Living in this modern time, it's near impossible to get all of the nutrients that you need from food alone. Studies show that the nutrient content and quality of the food that we eat has decreased over the years, mainly due to factory farming and the way that the beef is produced nowadays. This makes supplementation extremely important for high testosterone in the modern day. And I'm not talking about protein powder. I'm gonna give you my full supplement stack and a few bonuses that you can throw in to boost your testosterone. Here's what I take on a daily basis. In the morning, I take vitamin D3, K2, boron, and zinc. The vitamin D is dosed at 20,000 IUs. That's pretty high. Most of you guys can probably get away with 5 to 10,000 IUs. Vitamin K2 is dosed at 200 micrograms. This is very important. If you're taking vitamin D, you have to be taking vitamin K2, not only to prevent vitamin D toxicity, but also to help with absorption of the vitamin D. Boron is dosed at 9 milligrams and zinc is dosed at 10 milligrams. So that's my morning supplement stack. In the evening, before I go to sleep, I'll take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. This allows me to get perfect fucking sleep. The supplements that I just laid out are a super stack for testosterone optimization. Every supplement I just listed helps each other and they create a synergistic relationship with one another because every supplement helps the other one. Zinc helps with vitamin D absorption. Boron helps with vitamin D absorption. Vitamin K2 helps with vitamin D absorption. K2 helps with boron, zinc helps with boron, boron helps with K2. It's all a yin yang. It took me about 3 years to put this stack together, sifting through supplements that did and did not work. In the future, I'll make a full testosterone supplementation guide. But for now, that's what you need to know. A couple bonus supplements that I've taken and experimented with include Tonkat Ali. This gave me noticeable testosterone boosting effects, specifically with my libido, but the effects seemed to taper off after 2 months, so I stopped taking it. The other supplement that I'm currently taking is called Shilajit. I've heard very good things about this supplement, and right now I'm taking 100 milligrams in the morning and 200 milligrams at night before I go to sleep. After I finish my experiment with this supplement, I'll make a whole video on it. It seems to be giving me a good amount of energy and vitality at the moment. Another key thing here, I also treat eggs as a supplement. I drink 4 eggs every morning and every night, raw. I do this mainly because of the cholesterol in the egg yolk. This gives you every nutrient and the raw material for your body to synthesize testosterone and hormones out of. If you choose to do this, make sure that the eggs that you eat or drink are pasture raised and organic. Now, we talked a lot about testosterone and DHT, and if we're talking about these things, we have to talk about AR sensitivity. This stands for androgen receptor sensitivity. The benefit and masculinization you get from testosterone and DHT can only happen if the androgen receptors in the cells of your body are working properly. This means you have to optimize androgen receptor sensitivity. There are 2 main ways I know of doing this, and one is significantly easier than the other. So I'll give you the easy one first. Carnitine in red meat will increase your androgen receptor sensitivity. This is another reason I advocate for red meat. The more red meat you eat, the better. I cannot stress this enough. The more red meat you eat, the more masculinization, the more testosterone you will have. The higher quality the meat, the better. Preferably grass-fed beef. The second way of increasing androgen receptor sensitivity, this may not be what you guys want to hear, but it is semen retention. This increases testosterone's ability to express itself in the body. I made a whole video on androgen receptor sensitivity and semen retention, so you can go watch that if you want an in-depth overview of it. I know that this is something that is more difficult for a lot of men to implement into their life, but it is well worth it if you're looking for more masculinization of your body and face and features and mindset in general. Before I go into this last part of the video, pause the video right now and tell me what you think is the #1 thing contributing to the feminization of this generation of men. What I believe it to be is the food that we eat, specifically seed oils, food colorings and the amount of soy that is in every packaged food at the supermarket. Processed food is making us soft, weak, and docile as a species. And the number one thing I believe that you can do to look and feel more masculine as a man is adopt a holistic animal-based diet and combine that diet with martial arts or lifting. Red meat, butter, and eggs are your friend when it comes to accomplishing the goal of becoming and looking more masculine. That's all I got for you today, boys. I hope you got value, and I hope that you implement these things into your life. If you've already implemented any of these things into your life, throw your experience with it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Let me know how it has helped you. I make these videos in hopes to help men return to masculinity and realize the full potential of their mind and body. And remember, boys, in a world full of don'ters, be a doer.